Before, good night to all. Good night, good night, good night. Before you go, William, because a lot of persons may not know, but I can let the cat out the bag tonight. William is not only my friend, he is not only my comrade and colleague, but he's also my dentist. And a lot of you may not know, he is one of the persons responsible for me here tonight. Albeit, there was a 3-inch needle in my mouth when they acquiesced. But the people of Christchurch West have spoken decisively. They have spoken loudly. There was an extraction in true dental parlance, and now there is a permanent dental implant in the name of Dr. William Duguid. And the good book tells us, do good, and good will follow you. If this government was doing good, the people in this country would not be faced with the economic and social morass that we face today. If this government was doing good, like Dr. William Duguid, we would not be faced with a sordid mess in terms of the sewage situation right there in Graham Hall. And if this government was doing good, the young persons in this country would not be facing the hopelessness that they face today. Since 2008, and I reflect on the words of the Scottish novelist, the great man Sir Walter Scott, when he says, oh, what a tangle web we weave, when at first we practice to deceive. This government in 2008 came to the people with a premise that there would never lie, steal, or cheat. Or they say that a day in politics is a long time, but 9 years is an eternity. And 9 years is a too long a time for the Democratic Labour Party. But they say that they will never lie. But you know the book of John 8 verses 44 tells us the devil is a liar. The youngsters like Nigga and those guys would say, Rick Ross will tell you the same thing too. The devil is a liar because they said they will never lie. They will never stay home. Not one single worker in Barbados. We have 3,500 have gone home so far. The devil is a liar. They said that they will never cost Barbadians, especially the young people and the ones in Christchurch West Central, to pay for university education. Look what is happening. Only the Joneses can get to university now. Only the ones who can afford it can get to university. So what you have created now, ladies and gentlemen, is an intelligent criminal because they cannot aspire to go to university anymore. They say that they will never, ever in this country increase taxes. They will manage the country with even kill and with economic prudence. Ladies and gentlemen, every time you look at the papers, you hear a moody rating agency telling us that our standards are poor. That is what happened in this country as they stand. And don't talk about the cheating part. Because they claim they will never commit the cardinal sins of politics. They will never cheat either. Look at the Auditor General report. Lo and behold, there is cheating there all over this government. And when you're talking about stealing, our good friend, my comrade, Reverend Adrian, will tell you that there's a lot of idiosyncrasies going on with the electoral list. But he will speak on that on a different matter. What I'm saying today, ladies and gentlemen, is that this government have not only destroyed the people of this country, they have found a new, innovative, creative way to kill the dead in this country. They have also killed the unborn child too, a bunch of abortionists, political abortionists. We got called the Democratic Labour Party. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to tell them they have to go. We are not tolerating this type of governments anymore in this country. You have a situation where the young people, especially the ones in Christchurch West Central, because I can tell you, due to my canvassing, there have to be about a 30% unemployment in Christchurch West Central as they speak. But when the representative come around, I want you to remind him in the words of Jeanette Jackson. When she says, you all know what she says too. Tell me. Huh? What have you done for me lately? That's what you need to tell him. The invisible man who only appears and reappears when election call. That is what you need to tell him. Nothing has been done for the young people in Christchurch West Central and Christchurch at large. And I say so without apology. Nothing for the young people in terms of development. That is why I have come to political life. Because I understand what it is to help develop the young people in this country. I understand what it is for a government to give the young people the opportunity to develop their talents, to develop their skills, to be innovative so they can be craftsmen of their faith. That is what I understand, and that's what the Barbados Labour Party understands. That is what Kurt here understands as a young man in this party. That is what Marshall understands. That is what Dr. Sonia Brown understands. John King understands. Ralph Dora understands. Ryan Strong understands. Help my dear man. Neil Rowe understands, and that is why we have come to public life. Not to put our hands in the public largesse, not to steal, not to lie, and not to cheat. That is why we have come to public life, to help the young people in this country in a tangible way. But I must be reminded of the words of the former British Prime Minister, a man called Benjamin Disraeli, who says that almost everything great in this world has been created by young people. That is why I have championed their cause. Almost everything great in this world has been created by young people. And that is why we in this Barbados Labour Party have given the young people an opportunity to grow, develop, and that is why we have given them the opportunity. That is why you have men like Clive Maskell in this Barbados Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen. That is why you have these people. That is why we have come to public life, to help those who are less fortunate, to help the marginalized, to be the voice for the voiceless. But I have seen it with my own eyes. I have seen the development of people with my own eyes. And I have seen greatness from the young people in this country. The WE program that I have conceptualized 6 or 8 years ago in the constituency of Christchurch West Central, when Benjamin Disraeli tells you that everything, almost everything great has been achieved by young people, it is no lie. The WE program, work, empowerment, and entrepreneurship, has been responsible for meditating in the constituency of Christchurch West Central. And Blaine and Paris, I am telling you tonight, you have done something great. You are a great achievement in the constituency. I may come down a little further. Don't mind the rain. Don't mind the showers of blessing. When they come down a little further and you get the Pierre fruit stalls, Pierre, you have done something great in this constituency. And you come a little further down and you get Raphael's barber shop. Raphael, you have done something great. I don't need an umbrella, William. I can take the rain for the people of this constituency and Christchurch. When you come down further, there was a block called the Wrong Turn. Now, it can be renamed the Right Turn because in the next couple of weeks, there is a shop that the youngsters have built using the resources that we have provided for them as a community, named the House of Deals, owned and managed by the fellas on the block. Thanks to Rough House and all the fellas. You have done something great. You have done something great. And that is what this Barbados Labour Party have stand for. That is what we are all about. Giving you the wherewithal to achieve your goals. And you get a little further down. God, Phil Morty, I forget he. But Welsh's maintenance lawnmower. And thanks to Ralph, they have done something great. Because they have a business that is putting disposable income in this country. And that is something great. Then you look further down and you get the guys who are on the coast as they talk, selling the indigenous products to tourists. They are selling conch shells and chains on everything made from local products. They are doing something great for this country called to bring in foreign exchange. And Dr. Maskell will tell you the importance of foreign exchange. They have done something great. So when the former Prime Minister of Britain tells you that young people are responsible for most of the greatness in this country, he is not telling no lie. But this Barbados Labour Party have been the champion for young people from the time Adam was a lamb. This septuagenarian of a party called the Barbados Labour Party has been a champion for the young people in this country, and they say so without apology. I can draw a philosophical line in the sand. God forbid you can't do it at wording because you may catch E. coli, salmonella, or shigella. Don't mind the minister jumping in the water. I want you to, next time they got a heavy downpour, to jump in, do it better. The eating is in the pudding, in tasting it. I want you to jump in the swamp. Oh, no, he may take a walk on the road, but he may get spat up because we don't know most Barbarians think he talking. He may get spat up with the effluent. I will be decent today. But I am going to tell you briefly what the Barbados Labour Party stands for in terms of youth and youth development. I ain't going to take. And thanks Cindy again because she has been very helpful to me in getting this information. Project OASS, anybody remember that? Project OASS targeting the youth on the blocks, giving them the empowerment so that they can execute their talents. Ladies and gentlemen, a great success of moving persons off the block and into work. Entrepreneurship at its best. The Barbados Labour Party, because we believe that the young people are great and they can achieve greatness. That's why we do it. The YES program, which is Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme. Young persons were trained in digital media, Cindy. They were trained in cosmetology, bartending, hospitality. That is what the program was geared towards, and it was successful. Ladies and gentlemen, the YAR program, there's the Youth Achieving Results program, the EduTech program, championed by none other than our political leader, Mayor Amar Motley. I quite often refer her as a political doyen. Today I go further. I will use the words of the hit song from Tina Turner, "She's Simply the Best." Youth and youth expansion at grades of the youth service in 1994, championed by Mayor Amar Motley. The ninth wonder of the world too, don't forget. Providing subventions for the Eddie Nichols School and the persons who are at the Learning Center, all under the auspices of the Barbados Labour Party. Continuing education program at Leicester Vaughan, again under the stewardship of the Barbados Labour Party. The enterprise drew a fund so young persons can access funds to start out their businesses, again under the Barbados Labour Party. The introduction of nursery education, Cindy, again, a project started by the Barbados Labour Party. To make a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, the Barbados Labour Party has always championed the cause for the young, the underprivileged, the voiceless in this country. And every time, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sorry that I have to say so, every single time that there is a problem in Christchurch, West Central, the representative pulled the disappearing act. I call him the invisible man, because he knows how to appear and reappear. But ladies and gentlemen, in my short summary of this individual, I can only tell you one thing. You know what I tell you? That this gentleman, okay, have a history. He is cultured at making sport at youth. Oh, he is cultured. He has a culture for making sport at youth. It's a sad state of affairs. But ladies and gentlemen, every time that there is a problem in Barbados, the dames come with a noun, and it like it drop out the stratosphere, something like your chicken licking episode. On the people of Barbados, the latest is morality. But you know what is morality? Herbert Humphrey, and he may be family to you, Kurt, the former vice president of America, tell you morality is how you treat the most vulnerable in society. And I can bring a quote because they have to wrap up, right? I can bring a quote. Herbert Humphrey said, the moral test of any government is how it treats those in the dawn of their life, the children. How this government have treated the children in this country. That's the moral test. And you can answer the question. How they have treated those in the twilight of their lives, the elderly. Miss Joseph, you can tell me, when you go to the hospital, you can't get your medication. All the social services that you used to get before, you can't access now. So you can tell us about the elderly, how the Democratic Labour Party has treated the elderly in this country, and how they have treated those in the shadows of their life, the sick, the needy, and the disabled. Where is Granville? He can tell you how he, as a disabled person, find it difficult to travel in Barbados as he speaks. Those who are using wheelchair, the buses that are retrofitted right now, they are down. So you can understand the problems that the disabled have. So when you're talking morality, the litmus test is how you treat the most vulnerable in this society. And the Democratic Labour Party have failed that litmus test. So when they talk about morality, they have to wheel in the young people terms and come again. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, we have a potpourri of young, talents. We have, as I said, Kirk and all the guys. I'm sorry if I forget any names. We have tested persons in this party, like Dylan Marshall, George Payne, and you can call out Dr. Jerome Walker, Dr. Klein Master. We can call out the names. We have a tried, tested, and proven government who know how to run the affairs of this country because we have done it time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are prepared to work with you. We understand how to satisfy your basic needs. And that is important. Nowadays, persons can't even get the basic needs satisfied, which is water. And you know that after we celebrate $8 million in golden years, not a golden drop of water for persons in rural St. Andrew and the rest of places. The only, you would do better searching for gold in any places than a drop of water. And we spent $10 million to celebrate a golden anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring it home because I don't want to disrespect my chair and nobody. It is time for me to go. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you today in the words of Jimmy Cliff. When he tells you, give the Barbados Labour Party a chance because better days are coming by and by.